Hi, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on this year's Best Picture category in the Oscars. I thought it was an interesting year because the majority of the movies on the shortlist I enjoyed. I thought were good. I thought 2012 all in all was like a very good year for movies. I quite enjoyed the majority of movies that came out that I ended up going to see. After it's a week or so since the Oscars has been on, and I finally got around to seeing 8 of the 9 films. So I thought, what better way to get my opinions out than do my first video cast, I guess. So hopefully I'll make this a regular thing and you subscribe and you like. But I really wanted to just get straight into it and not have a very long video. I didn't watch it more. I haven't seen it yet. So that's something I like. I keep hearing it's a very harrowing and it's a hard watch, so that's kind of put me off a little. I will end up watching it because it's usually those type of films that hit me the most, and I really just find them fantastic. But let's hope that is one of them. But I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to speak about it. I'll go straight into it, and we'll go alphabetically, I guess. And with the winner of this year's Best Picture award is Argo, directed by Ben Affleck. I watched this yesterday. I enjoyed it. The film is well edited. It's got good direction. I'm surprised that Ben Affleck wasn't nominated. It would have been nice for him to be nominated. Maybe not win, haven't seen the other films, but definitely nominated. I thought Argo, all in all, was a well-rounded film. It's weird that the Academy gave it to this for the thriller that it is. It's the most popcorn. I would say it's probably the most. Maybe it, Django, and Silver Linings, probably the most popcorn films in the category this year. So it's kind of surprising that they did end up going with it. Out of all the movies, compared to Life of Pi and compared to Zero Dark 30 and Beasts of Southern Wild, even, it's the one that is the most forgettable for me. And I don't really want to. I don't mean that in as harsh as it does sound. I don't mean it like that. I just mean, it's a great movie to sit and watch. I think anyone that does sit down and watch this will come out going, that's great. But compared to other films this year, I thought Argo was on the more forgettable side. Whereas you have the likes of Beasts of the Southern Wild, which is, across the board, brilliant. It's just such a great emotional ride. I really latched onto it, and I thought that it was very memorable. Now, I know that this was never going to win. I don't think it ever could have. But I really enjoyed the choice of unknowns for the cast, even locals. The soundtrack was great for it. It's a beautiful little film. I'm glad it was in the category, and I hope people see it because it was in the category. So hopefully it lives on. Django Unchained, again, great film. A good comedy film. I'm not a fan of westerns, and that's probably why I don't rate it as one of the best Tarantino ones. It's not his worst. We've all seen Death Proof. But I really enjoyed it when I seen it. I really laughed. I thought the performance, Christopher Waltz deserved his Oscar. I thought Leo was great. Sam Jackson was great. Really would have liked them to get some recognition as well, because I thought they were really funny, and they really ate up the scenery as well. I really enjoyed it. Not one of his best. Glad he got an Oscar for the script though, because it's Tarantino. I do like him. But again, because of the Western, because it is a Western essentially, I'm not a big fan of it, but I do look at it as a violent comedy, and I think it's one of the funniest films of the year. Les Mis. Oh god, I hate this film. I do not like this film whatsoever. It's 3 hours of torture. I didn't know the story of Les Mis at all. Les Miserables. I didn't know the story of it. So I was surprised by how the first 40 minutes had, it's in 3 parts. I was surprised that first part wasn't a film in itself, because that's what, this character of Anne Hathaway, or Anne Hathaway's character, is what really speared me on to that film. So I really enjoyed it. But once she's gone, man, I wasn't invested at all. Russell Crowe was terrible. Looks brilliant. That's why I was looking forward to it, because I thought it looked grand, and it looks like an Oscar-winning film. But I am thankful it is not, and didn't pick up the prize in the night. Next, Life of Pi. Watched this yesterday. Loved it. Thought Ang Lee deserved to be nominated, and after seeing it, I'm glad he won. Life of Pi is one of those that cinematography, it looks brilliant. I believe that Ang Lee auditioned thousands of guys to get the actor that eventually was on the boat. I can't think of his name, but worked well. Really good spiritual film. Not really much more to say about Life of Pi other than it's one of those that I would have liked to have seen. If it got Best Picture, having seen the 8 out of the 9, I wouldn't have disagreed. I thought it was I thought it was that caliber. Unlike Life of Pi, Lincoln was a complete letdown. It had no ups and downs. If you could graph it, it would literally be a straight line. I'm very surprised that it's something Spielberg had put out, but Daniel Day-Lewis is in it. He got the Oscar. He was great in it, but I just did not think that this film warranted the attention that it got. Although Silver Linings Playbook, on the other hand, was fantastic. David Russell, I thought, thoroughly deserved a directorial Oscar for this, because he takes what are simple parts, puts them together, and does them perfectly in this movie. He takes elements of rom-com, all this sort of thing, all this sort of cliche genre stuff, molds it together, but makes it unique. And can't say enough good things about Silver Linings Playbook. You have to see it. Finally, Zero Dark 30. Loved it. Great. This is the one I think probably should be the Best Picture winner. I thought it leaves you thinking at the end of it. I want to see it again after like Life of Pi, I did want to watch it again. I thought the performance was good. I thought, considering the war on terror and there's no sign of it ending, I thought this was the film that will be looked back in a few years as the the quintessential film of this war. And I think, like Apocalypse Now is of Vietnam, I think Zero Dark 30 will be of this particular time in the world. So that's pretty much all of them. Probably would have given it to Zero Dark 30. I thought Life of Pi, Silver Linings, and Zero Dark 30 were probably the best 3 out of the lot, with a special piece of Southern Wild. Surprised that Skyfall and Cloud Atlas weren't given any nods, because I really enjoyed those and I thought they looked brilliantly. So that's pretty much it. If you like this and if you stayed the 8 or 9 minutes that I'm being waffling on here, thank you, and please do check back, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try and get some friends in to discuss some movies at a later point, and I hope you enjoy it. So thanks again for watching. See you soon.